What is the next step for you now?
I believe that the next step is for us to go to the Court of Appeal, because I don't think that justice is served in a situation where over 150,000 members of the APC who did the right thing, did not disobey the law, and followed the law, would be disenfranchised just like that. So I think that it is up to the party and to look at how to overcome that challenge.
But part of what some members of the party are arguing is that, look, the name of Toyin Cole has already been submitted, and the provisions in the Electoral Act under which that can change is if he writes or there's death. Other than that, they think that there isn't any basis whatsoever that your name can replace that of Toyin Cole.
What if the court had said so yesterday? Would they still be saying that? I mean, this is a judicial proceeding. If there is a judgment of a court, every organ, every institution, every human being in the Federal Republic of Nigeria is bound by the judgment of a court, including INEC. So if a court makes an order that you make a substitution, INEC has no option than to make that substitution. If the court finds that a name was submitted in error or improperly and makes that finding and gives a judgment in that respect, INEC has no power under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to disobey a judgment of a court of a court. So I think that that argument is entirely academic, so to speak. Now the court has made an...
Yeah, okay, but Senator, do you think your party has, or you have enough time for this to get up to the Supreme Court before it's sorted?
We don't have the Supreme Court to get it sorted. It can be sorted at any level where people realize the importance of placing corporate interest above personal interest. Clearly, all Nigerians can see that the process that produced Mr. Cole was faulty from the beginning, and that was not the act of anybody other than those who brought Mr. Cole, because they knew from the outset that what they were doing was in direct confrontation with the courts. So to continue with that process and say you need to get to the Supreme Court before the Supreme Court will tell you, before you will agree, to me is nothing but self-deceit.
So would you be looking at an alternative dispute resolution system?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Would you be looking at another avenue to resolve this matter?
The option of resolving the matter has always rested with the party. The party had been advised, the legal lawyers across the country, the Supreme Court has even stated its opinion on this matter, that the order of the High Court that was not obeyed at the time it was made is fatal to the position of all proceedings that emanated from that, which includes Mr. Cole and the congresses that were conducted. So that position is already established in law, because that is the position of the Supreme Court. In fact, the Supreme Court described anybody going against that as people who are committing harakiri, which is the Japanese word for suicide. So if the Supreme Court has said that, and you are still insisting that you must get to the Supreme Court for them to tell you to stop before you will stop, I think that is nothing but self-deceit. And those who are doing that are deceiving thousands of innocent members of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State. We need to put an end to that and look at the realities of what is possible for the party in Rivers State. I was not the person who created the problem that Mr. Cole has. The problem was created by those who brought him. So what they're just doing now is to try to punish all members of the APC in Rivers State because they feel that people acted against the interest of the powers that be. But these were innocent members of the APC who were merely fighting for just the right to participate in a process that was guaranteed by the party. At any point in time, their rights could have been respected and this thing could have been resolved. Even when the court made that order initially, the court was trying to help the party to resolve that issue of exclusion. But people went on national television to say that those orders will not be obeyed. And that is what they're still doing till now. I think that the party needs to put a stop to this and let us sincerely look at the issues on ground in Rivers State and see what we can salvage. That's what we need to do.
So, Senator, do you also think that you're among those who think it was strange for the PDP to be in this matter as well?
The PDP has no business in our matter. The PDP has absolutely no. This is an internal affair of the All Progressives Congress. So I don't see that as a major challenge. I think the major challenge facing us as a party is that we need to move beyond sentiment and get our acts together. We are wasting valuable and precious time.
View is that the matters in court notwithstanding, the party can settle out of court and do the right thing, which I assume will be to substitute Tonyeko's name with your name. Would that be what you want? The only proper legal primary that was conducted by the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State is a direct primary. It's not because I'm the product of that particular process, but it is because that is the reality on ground. To attempt to continue to protect what everybody knew from the beginning was wrong is what has placed the party in this position. We simply have to move beyond this point. So for anybody to argue that they will continue to disobey the orders of the court, go and contest the election, and then when the Supreme Court now tells you, then those votes will be voided. I mean, why are you putting the party through that kind of trauma when you already know that the votes will be voided because you are not participating in the process? So I think all these are things that are avoidable if we can put ego and personal interest aside and face up to the reality of the situation we're in. All right, Senator. We appreciate you talking to us this morning, Senator Magnus Abe, a member of the APC.